Hey guys, how's it going? And thanks for coming. I'm Nick, and this is Real Life Money, where we talk about real life and money because you know schools aren't. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, so let's get started. So in this video, we're talking about if the Faang stocks are worth buying. So if you're an investor, you probably should have heard of the Faang stocks. If not, it's an acronym. F-A-A-N-G stands for Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Those are the top main dogs out there, huge companies, most of it, well, basically all tech related, but very nice growth. A lot of people love them because they're so popular, everyone knows them, and so many people use them. So they've been fueling growth of the bull market for a few years now. However, recently we have been in a bear market. We are down. These huge companies are down in correction territory, some of them down 20%. However, today has been very interesting because the G20 Summit was going on and there's a ceasefire and trade wars. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about that, I'll leave a link in the description. I have a video going over the basics of what's going on. So I'm just going to be talking a little bit about them while panning over all of these different companies. So we'll start with Facebook. But anyway, all of these companies have been fueling the growth. Their growth is very nice. But you could see in the past 6 months, a lot of them are down. This is Apple. And I mean, some of them, well, Apple's the only one that actually holds dividend around 1.5%. But in a bear market and in correction, these are usually the stocks that go down the hardest. This is Amazon. So you could see huge movements very, very quickly, especially high PE stocks in general. Talking about high PE, Netflix. But you can see all of these are down. And when they start to struggle to rebound, that makes the market just more difficult to just increase. This is Google. So obviously you could see a lot of them are down. And the thing is, they kind of drive the market. Like, the overall market might be doing okay, but it could only do so well if these stocks are getting hit. And if they're struggling to rebound, then the market really isn't going to move. Now, recently, you could see kind of toward the end of these charts, it has been slightly rebounding. We're still in correction. A lot of them are down. We could look at the overall markets right now, but you could see the Dow, they've been down. But of course, with the recent trade, well, there's no agreement yet. It's still a negotiation. But recently, just on Monday, it has been dropping off a little bit. We'll have to see by the end of the day or end of the week. But moving on to the NASDAQ, we can see they have been moving very nicely because of their tech stocks. And this is just the overall view of the S&P 500, basically the overall market for year to date. You can see it's been kind of all over the place. And it has been bottoming like toward the February area. That was the first correction. It's down again now. This is another correction. So a lot of people are concerned. The main reasons are due to trade wars like tariffs. One of the main focuses we've been looking at is Alibaba because they are one of the largest companies in China. A lot of people love them. They are undervalued. However, due to the Chinese talks, it has just been getting pummeled. You could see the 1-year target estimate is over $200 and it is under 170 right now. It's been in the 150s for a while. So if negotiations continue in the right way, Alibaba could definitely start moving in the right direction. All right, so are they actually worth buying now that we looked at the charts and all that good stuff? So they are, I wouldn't say undervalued, they are down at this point. But however, if you're looking at just Faang, it's basically all tech, all growth oriented. It's not really diversified whatsoever. It's all tech. So if you have all of these Faang stocks and the market gets hit, tech gets hit, then your entire portfolio is going down. So that's why I would recommend having some growth as well as value stocks. Now, I talked a little bit about diversifying and other value stocks in my recent video of 3 stocks I'm buying for December, if you want to check that out as well. Of course, every YouTuber has those videos. But I put that video out for diversification reasons. It has different industries. I went over other industries that went up as the market was going down. So you could see, especially for today, this is December, what's today, December 3rd, after this G20, the ones that are rising really quickly are the growth ones. But they could rise and drop just as quickly. So you just have to watch out for that. So overall, honestly, it kind of depends on the type of investor that you are. If you're a trader, I'm not a trader, so I really don't have any advice for you. You definitely have to watch out, do your research of what's going on. Long term though, if you love these companies, you're willing to hang on to them 5, 10 plus years, and I have a handful of the Faang stocks, I love them for the long term. I'm probably going to hold them for a very, very long time. You know, people still say that Amazon is overvalued, but they keep growing because they're a growth machine. They're taking over like the world essentially. So if you want that growth for the long term, then Faang stocks are definitely a buy. Just understand if another correction or a crash happens or a bear market, they're going to get killed, and they don't have any dividends, so you're going to be miserable for like a year or two while it's down. So look at your time horizon. If you're looking at like you have to buy a car or a house in the next few years and you need that money, it's probably going to do fine, but you just never know in the next year or two or even 3. So if you need that money soon, I wouldn't really recommend Faang or just stocks in general. I would rather be saving that so you have that principal like guaranteed. So the tariffs have kind of been talking about, still in negotiations, still learning details about it. But the next one is going to be the Fed with the interest rates. So if they're going to continue to raise them, if they're going to slow down with them, that's going to determine market conditions as well. If things go well, Faang stocks are taking off. So just watch out. Also, look at your existing portfolio. If you're a beginner, then the Faang stocks might be a decent entry point. Also look at some value stocks. But, you know, they're not bad companies. They're just volatile in the short term. They have great growth, don't get me wrong. They're not bad companies. Just understand what's going on here. You know, if you have Facebook, Apple, and maybe Google, and looking at to buy like, I don't know, Netflix, you're kind of overweighting this type of industry, these tech growth giants. So if you have like 3 of them, it might not be the best idea to load up on another one. So for me personally, I do have, alright, I'll go through all of them anyway. I have a little bit of Facebook. When they dropped, I got in a bit. Apple is my largest position. I'll probably hold them forever, especially with that dividend. If they're down, you're still getting that. I do have Amazon. I bought Amazon the day Trump got elected because people thought the world was coming to an end. They dropped, so I got in maybe around like $800 level. So I'm up huge in that position. Netflix, I owned a couple times in history. Maybe should have held on to them. But, I don't know. Disney's coming into that space, so watch out. Also, Google. I have a little bit of Google. Their growth, again, if you're holding them forever, don't worry about it. So if you think we're going into hard times or you need money in the short term, start with either value stocks or either building up a cash position. So you have that liquidity for maybe something else if you need a house, car, whatever. Paying off debt, huge deal. I would hugely recommend paying off debt before getting into the stock market. But if you have that cash position on the side and an opportunity comes, like possibly around now if stocks are down, you could load up a bit more. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Do you have Faang stocks or are you looking into buying some Faang stocks? Definitely great companies. Just realize if the market's going to get hit, they're going to get hit just as hard, even harder than the overall market probably. But everyone does love them. They're not bad companies. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see ya in the next one.